아냐 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 난 아니냐 냐냐 냐냐 아냐 냐냐 냐냐냐냐 나 아냐 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 냐냐냐 냐냐냐냐냐 냐 아냐 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 냠냠냠냐 냐 어냐 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 냠냠냐냐 냠냠냐냐 아냐 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 냐냐냐 냐냐 냐냐 아냐 냐냐 냐냐냐냐 나 아냐 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 냐냐냐 냐냐냐냐냐 냐 아냐 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 냠냠냠냐 냐 어냐 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 냠냠냐냐 냠냠냐냐 아냐 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 냐 아냐 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 냐냐냐 냐냐 냐냐 아냐 냐냐 냐냐냐냐 나 아냐 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 냐냐냐 냐냐냐냐냐 냐 아냐 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 냠냠냠냐 냐 어냐 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 냠냠냐냐 냠냠냐냐 냐 아냐 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 냠냠냠냐 냐 어냐 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 냠냠냐냐 냠냠냐냐 냐 아냐 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 냐 아냐 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 냐냐냐 냐냐 냐냐 아냐 냐냐 냐냐냐
Venusaur.
Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. I didn't realize the time. I didn't realize it was already this late. Hang on, Alright. Hello, welcome in. Today is our first day of Idol Study Club. And let me switch over to here. Okay. Hello. Today is our first day of Idol Study Club. Before we get started, we do have our redeems and everything. So we got 2 Getty pins. We got a head pat. Yes. Background music is still playing. Oh, I forgot to switch it. I thought I switched it for a split second. What is wrong with me? There we go. Some nice chill background music. I know, so shocking for this kind of stream. We also got Punish Buster with the 3-stream streak. Why did I say why did I really do that? Like, I just really slurred it. And we got a Crank Hog. And we got a Nya. Nya. So today is, welcome in. It's our first, Idol Study Club. Now, the way I was gonna do this was I was going to do it completely different. But I've also realized that not a lot of you guys, when I bring up idols, I get a lot of people who are like, I don't know anything about this, but Lapin sure is having fun. So I figured for today, it'd probably be good to do just an introduction course, basically, for the rest of everybody. And go over kind of where my basic knowledge is. Because in the end, I do think that I'm only at a basic level of this. And then we'll continue on with studying it together, okay? You got it, you got it. Also, I am using the tablet because I realized you wouldn't be able to read my handwriting any other way. So let's go over like the foundation first of what makes an idol, okay? So we have, yeah, we'll learn together. Right now though, I do want to make sure you guys have like the basic idea of how things are. So to be an idol, what makes an idol, okay? So I'm going to say, let me make this just a little smaller. So let's say it is a square, okay? One of those kind of charts. So there's 4 points of what makes a good idol. All right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Money, sacrifice. Oh, those are some decent guesses. Would anybody else like to do any kind of guesses? Any other? That's actually a rectangle. Sorry. Also, hello, welcome in. We're just getting started. Would anybody like to make any guesses? Gay? Sex? What is wrong with you guys? Would you say this to your actual professor? The age of 40? We'll get into that. We will get into that. Alright, how about I put the first letter of each, okay? So we have an A, S, D, M, okay? Let's put it A for ass. What is wrong with you guys? Take this seriously. Take your notes. Pinosaur. Let's go with the one. Let's start with the first one that I would say is the one that you seem to see a lot of people bring up a lot more. Obviously for this one, so I would say to be like a good idol, you would need at least 3 out of 4 of these. The first one that we are going to go over is appearance. So the reason why is, now let's think of it like this apple. I mean, you could kind of say apple, I guess. So the first thing, so you're auditioning, okay? Say you're submitting your audition. You're submitting your audition. A lot of times, I'm sorry I'm late. No, don't worry. A lot of times, you will not go past, and this is the unfortunate reality of it, you will not go past your audition if you are not considered cute enough or cool enough. The reason why I'm saying cool enough is because there used to be a very heavy point of idols being really, really cutesy, idols being just nothing but cute. But there is, as idols have gone on, this is no, do not say that! Do not say BDSM in the idol stream! But you would, so you submit your audition. It used to be, fun fact with this. So early auditions, you would actually have to do a cassette tape sometimes. Sente is very cute, thank you! Nowadays, obviously though, when you're submitting, it's most likely just online. You spelled appearance wrong? Cool, it's fine, whatever. I'm not fixing it, it's already out there. But you would, so nowadays it's obviously through mobile, things like that. I do agree that cute, cool, and passion is a category, but there is difference with it. Also, yes, you may go to the bathroom. It's not, yeah, exactly. This is not a spelling class. But now, when you audition, I don't think there's any information unless like I were to actually pull up a real audition. And I don't know which groups right now are doing proper auditions. But old Hello Project, for example, early 2000s, you would have to include a headshot. So like a picture of yourself. You would have to also include your bust, waist, and hip size, as well as your height and your weight. They're gonna piss on the floor again? God dang it, not again. Can someone bring the janitor in here? I'll listen to become an idol? Yeah. In the end, idol is a very subjective thing also though for people. If I may say it, especially these days, which we will also get into this. You have anti-idols, and then of course like the regular idols. You have idols that are obviously for still like idols used to be very typically a male thing, but these days there's a lot more female fans at like events, things like that. So it's changed. So in the end, I will say these days, the type of idol you are is very subjective. But one thing that has not changed is your appearance. Now this can actually stem off into... I will put cute and cool. So obviously the cute idols, you would say, are very similar. Let me pull up actually some examples. You would probably put it like Momochi. You know what? Momochi is a great example of cute idol. You have the very... I'll also get a Sayumi. I will get... Oh, that's a web P. You know what? Let's actually switch over to... Let's do some video examples. That probably would be a lot easier to kind of get down. But you could have idols as... Okay. You could have idols very easily as Momochi, like I said. A good example. She's I misspelled her name. How could I do such a thing? I am a failure as an idol fan. She's a very, very cute idol. She's very cute. She's one that a lot of modern day idol fans still would consider very, very powerful in the idol kind of way. You see, she's very... Another thing also is... D is for do because all the idols are... No, don't say such a thing! She's very squishable looking. By the way, she was like 28 in this? Wouldn't Sexy be one too? Sexy, I think can also... You can merge Sexy in with the both cool and cute. Because, in the end, grab your stuff is still very, very prominent in idol stuff. So you could put it with that, but I would say the biggest categories are cute and cool. So now let's take an example. Let's take another example with this. So Yoshi. She was very well known for being a very, very cool style idol. I'm gonna be honest, I actually don't know how easy it's going to be to find videos of her these days.
No moose.
But she was well known for being very cool. This is from the early 2000s, by the way. Another recent example that I could think of is Kudo Haruka, which, funny enough, this is very random. There used to be Tumblr posts about the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. The creator of her there was a Tumblr post going around of people believing that the creator was actually Kudo. Yeah, Momochi's a teacher now. She's a teacher now. I honestly probably could pull up another Moshimo performance, and that'd be really, really funny. I'm trying to find a good video example. I probably should have had the video examples ready to go, but the problem is also with this is, here, let's do this one. So you can also hear voice-wise. So she was very well known for being kind of boyish. So a very boyish kind of idol. Wait, here's this is probably better. There you go. That's kind of what I was looking for. Very tomboyish though. Yeah, let me see. She beat me up in a 7-Eleven bathroom. I can actually believe that. But she was very well known. Now we could stem this off. We could stem this off now into the category like you were saying, sexy. I don't know if I can pull up any of Fukuhime's grab your stuff. You know what, let me, cause she is cute. She's like, once again, gives you that very, I want to squish kind of feeling. But at the same time, okay, that's a JPEG. At the same time, she's still very sexy. Very voluptuous, where people would want to be voluptuous. Also, hello, good afternoon, welcome in. So you could see, but I would say these two you can form back into appeal. So like sex appeal, things like that. But either way, most of the time they fall either into a cute or a cool category, okay? Like the Night Sabers with Bubblegum Crisis, their live action singer. That's also a thing. That's actually, yes, I do know. I don't know why I said that. Are male idols a thing? No, they are. We could get into that too during a lesson as well. Sorry, I have some tea on the side. So now, I would say, and this is now where I'm getting kind of into my own kind of personal feelings in the idol category. Because you will have different people who are like, well, this one's the more important one. This one's more important. I believe next. So if you don't have appearance, the next big thing that people would probably go for is MC. Now you're probably thinking, Lapin, what is MC? What is that? What do you mean by that? An MC is like master of ceremonies, so like a host, okay? So a lot of times that is like the person, exactly, not McDonald's, no! So I would say a lot of times at idol shows, you'll have in the middle of like all of them, you'll have like the point where everybody's kind of resting, they're changing, and you will have an MC. And in that, you'll usually, I would say the ones who stand out the most, main character as well. Yes, that it's also, I've seen people also refer to it as that. But if you have good MC skills, my personal opinion is you could void these three categories. If you are, that's my personal opinion. If you can make yourself be an interesting person, if you can make yourself stand out on the stage, you don't need either of these. You don't need them. Because in the end, you're going to have that appeal to people. People are going to start to like you either way. People, you know what? For this one, you can even turn that into... Let me get this back to purple. So we don't start confusing. You could even turn this one into a different S. Soul. In other words, you! I try to be good with it. Also, why did you do that? You could turn this one into soul. You see? But if you have good MC skills. Now there's one, I don't want to pull up the video. Sorry, I had to move my keyboard. I don't want to pull up the video because I do feel like we would get copyright claimed. There was Love Live. There's the group Ice Cream. The ice cream, muscle. You know that. If you know that, so they had a television appearance. And there was kind of controversy with it, but you had Furudin, who's the Ruby-chan. Hi, you have that. And in it, there was kind of like that moment where the host kind of like, not like full on chokeholded her, but held her back. But so on the Western side, people were very mad about it. The Japanese side, though, I didn't know that there was any anger with it, because the Japanese side were like, don't you guys think that this MC's ability, that her ability is like really strong for a Love Live girl? But it is, because so now with that, like, she really got all of Twitter talking about her, especially on the Japanese side of them being like, she's really strong in this regard. There is, I may have to log into my, it's very heavy on personality. If you don't have the personality to be a strong MC, I do think you'd be able to properly pass through and everything would still be fine with you. But I feel like it would be a lot harder to bring people into you. There is a certain Morning Musume MC that I'm going to try to find for you guys. But does that make sense? Does that make sense? You can void all other parts of what people would say make a good idol. Like, you could void out things like singing, dancing, appearance, if you have a charming personality. And that's, a lot of people don't like to think of that, but unfortunately, it is true. If you have the personality to charm on stage, then I would go as far as to say that you would be able to become a very strong idol. I didn't want this. I didn't want that. I also just accidentally... If you're over with the crowd, that's above all... If you're over with the crowd, that's all above all important. If you can get the crowd hyped up, I would say that that's also very important. I'm trying to find... Once again, I probably should have... I'll remember this for next month's Idol Study Club. I probably should have saved the videos that I wanted to share. Because I knew what videos I wanted to share. I just didn't save them. I miss my wife. Where is your wife? The problem is I don't want to click on any videos that may that may not be what I that will reset. We have our MC Lapin always getting... I would actually go as far as to say... Also, hello, welcome in. I don't think that I'm very strong, MC-wise. There is a very specific... Okay, I found it. There's a very specific, idol MC thing that I would like to show. D is for having a favorite dinosaur! I mean, maybe! Also, why is it on my recommended autistic social skills? Okay. So this is only like a 5-minute MC. We'll actually watch the full one of this. Let me turn that off. We'll watch the full thing, okay? Because I do think that this is a pretty good example of a good MC. So you see, they're kind of like messing with each other. I think that these three especially, the thing that Kaidi is, she was also newer at the time, but she wasn't afraid to also get involved. So this is what for the 20th anniversary they would have different things that they would do. I would say depends on the idol type that you want. So the category for this one is dancing, which is funny because these all four of them were also very good dancing, so that very easily probably was already established. But don't worry about that. So they have to do the dance to this song. Also, I do apologize for the quality. This really is the best quality of this MC that I could find. You see those? You see those? You see those? They're very easy also with just messing with each other. And you'll see that. You'll see that it's coming up. You'll see it coming up, okay? Voice actor Bungie. So they are, the big thing is during an MC, I would say the best way is trying to make yourself stand out the best way you can. You get it? You understand? You understand what I mean? So now we have like that fun little rivalry going on. You get it? If at any point, by the way, I don't start making sense, please let me know, because I do actually want to be able to explain this as properly as possible. Yes, bantering! That's the word. That's the word. I actually couldn't remember what word it was. So now we have like that bantering going on. So now this is like a big one where they're like, well, this is like the song that I can stand out with. This is just a LAPONKOTSU stream. What? We should do an exam. That'd be funny. Honestly, yes. That is the best way you could put it. Is bantering is tactical yapping. That is the best way to put it. So one thing I always find funny, I'm gonna go back for a second, is so while they're all doing this, also hello, welcome in. Honestly, you're like, wow, look at them, but then you have Heidi, who's still doing the dance, which once again kind of puts her front and center. You see it? You see, it really is all just very tactical. I could probably actually pull some of the old Sayumi and TV appearances. I promise I didn't react so by the way. I realize that's what it kind of seems like I'm doing. Or I would be watching the movie your homework would actually be watching the stage performance of Lilian. So let's go with I actually am gonna have to get her full name in Japanese. So during, I would say around like 2008, 2000 through 2010, Morning Musume was doing pretty bad sale-wise. They weren't, the one who was holding them up was really honestly Sayumi, who was very, very strong in the MC department in television shows. I would say all of them. So MC idol-wise is 100% considered just whoever is doing that kind of part of it. It's not really just like one MC. It's very, I would say all of them would be considered it. An MC at this point now, idol-wise. The volume a little bit when it gets loud. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I would say, I actually might have an easier time, believe it or not, looking heard. If I can spell. Goodness. I would say all of them are pretty strong with it. I kind of want to find the Nick Cage one. Can I find... Believe it or not, yes. Yes! Oh, it has only Russian subs, though. I was hoping that I could find it with English. I don't think I'll be able to. We may have to just deal with the Russian sub.
藤毛さんどうもこんにちは。
こんにちは。
一人で出られてますね最近ね。
はい、可愛いんでやっぱ出なさいってことで。
She was so Sayumi was very well known for being for not holding back on the fact that she believed she was cutest. Which that would so do you guys know the phrase hang on, let's go back to our writing screen. Do you guys know this phrase? Do you know the phrase buriko? Let's start here. Do you know what the phrase? No? Even if there's just one no, then it's important for me to explain it. It's my Taco Bell order, no! So a buriko girl is, I will say it the way that I have seen English speaking people describe it. And that is, and I know this might kind of become very controversial with how I'm wording it, but I'm just putting it because this is really the best phrase that you could put together with buriko. This is really the best one that would actually properly give you a slight idea of what it is. It's just a different formed. Also, yes, we haven't been beamed yet. I'm actually kind of shocked. And I'm not... This is really just the best English word that I have seen people use for it to properly explain it. And that is... that is pick me. So the difference is... Here, let's also open this. So a Western side, let's put Western and Japan, okay? So a pick me and Western side is, you know, like the girls who think that they're, who try to be like one of the boys, okay? Saying so it isn't, it really is fighting words, especially in the VTuber sphere. This is a very controversial phrase, but unfortunately that is the only English-speaking phrase that I have seen that actually helps explain it a little better. Yeah, like one of the boys, not like other girls. I also did just misspell girls. You didn't see that. So on the Japanese side, though, what they would consider like a pick-me is overly cute. Overly cute, trying to one-up other girls. Also, sorry, my handwriting's just getting worse and worse like this. Trying to one-up other girls by being cute. You get it? You understand? So while the Western side is more tomboyish, oh yeah, I'm one of the boys, I play video games. What? Makeup. Who knows that? The Japanese side of what you would consider a pick-me is a buriko girl. It actually might be the brush. I should switch. What is the brush that I normally use? But the Japanese side would be like, oh, I'm cuter than all the other girls. I'm better than all the other girls. That is the best way to put it. Is a buriko girl is basically what a Japanese way of a pick-me. Just not in like the tomboyish way. And like a very cutesy way. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like innocently putting on things like that. It's very, very heavily associated with idols, I should point out. It's like you're trying to be like the idea of helplessness and very, very innocent kind of behavior. Things like that. So like somebody I think one way I have seen people point it out is, so you have a buriko like that with the cat. It could be. But so I've seen some people point it out. So say you're going out to drink with somebody, and this is just a stereotype. This is just the stereotype, okay? This is just a stereotype. So you're going out to drink. You're going out and you're dating this girl, okay? And her normal drink is like a whiskey, okay? But in front of you, you have like the stereotypical girly drinks, like the very, very sweet drinks. Those are stereotypical girl drinks. Those are stereotypical ones. Also, hello, welcome in. I cannot relate to this analogy. Well, then pretend. I can afford drinks and I'm dating. What realistic? Okay. So you're out with your friends and they're drinking. Even though her favorite drink is whiskey, she pretends and she's like, I'm gonna have I cannot think for the life of me of what like a stereotypical sweet drink is. But she would like want one of those instead because she's trying to come off very, very girly and very, very feminine. Halapin has too high of expectations. I'm sorry. I didn't think. Yeah, like the bunny guarding game where you kind of have, okay, hostesses will heavily do that. Where you try to have like that buriko personality. Because you sit there and you're like, yeah, monopolizing on cuteness. That is a great way of putting it. Also, we'll get into idol and dating and stuff. What if she orders one of those 3-foot-long island iced teas? Then you better watch out because I think you have more than a buriko or a pick-me on your hands. I think you have a heavy drinker on your hands, my friend. But that's actually weaponized cuteness. So weaponized cuteness, I think, is a good way to put it. Do we have to do the opposite, like antifreeze? Boys! I think you have other issues there. Tactical cute is really a really good way of putting it. Can I find... There is a Momochi clip, actually. So Momochi was very well known for being very buriko. It's very well known. There is, once again, I will remember next time we do an idol study club, I will remember to have the videos on standby. This in the end is, like I said, it's a very, I didn't know how, this is like the first time we did this. Yeah, 유르시땡yan? Momochi is so annoyingly cute. That is another way to put it. That I started thinking about that. But it's, the thing is with idols and stuff, you need to know how to stand out on stage. Okay? You need to know how to stand out. I can't find the, I was actually gonna try to find you guys the entire segment of this, but I can't. So like that very, I'm saying this by the way as Momochi with my favorite, as my favorite idol. It's the annoyingly cute aspect of it. I was trying to see if they had the other one, but I don't think they do. So let's I think Momochi is kind of an interesting one because as soon as she was done wait, here we go! Yes! So a very annoying cute idol. Also, yes, this clip just has very bad volume. I will have to also admit, unfortunately, I enjoy annoyingly cute idols. Unfortunately, I will have to say that. I like idols who make other people want to rip their hair out. Is she one who likes, I don't think Momochi's ever actually said if she drinks or not. So you could see though how some people would find her annoying. You could see it. But at the same time, you're immediately drawn towards her. You're immediately drawn towards her. Also, what the heck is that? Okay. Yeah, that's the big thing with it. Is putting on your idol persona. She's just a girl. Exactly! But that's how, gosh, having the phrase pick me up on my stream is such a funny thing. Somebody tell 2020 Lapin that she wrote out the phrase pick me on stream. So now that we got on over, I think that that's enough that you could see. If you can catch the audience's attention, you'll probably have a chance of being a very strong idol. So now you're probably thinking, well, Lapin. What would you say? What if you can't do that? What if that's not something that you are good at? Well, the next is the very obvious. Singing. That, I feel like, is a very obvious thing. But not a lot of people really take, like, full consider. So in Idol, I've brought this up before. An Idol, a big thing is... Also, hello, welcome in, Merry Christmas. And for an Idol, I think the biggest thing is starting out. Now, it's not to say that it's bad if an idol starts out being able to sing, but starting out with soul is good. An idol is somebody who, well, let's go over. We haven't done. So an idol is, I think, at least to me, is watching. Also, I don't like this brush very much either. I think we're gonna just deal with this one. So an idol is watching somebody go from 0 to 100. Now what is, it's watching the growth. Watching somebody go from like that shy, can't really sing well, doesn't really dance, to being able to move on. So that is also where the phrase graduation comes from. I see it, and this is a gripe I have with the VTubing community, and again, this is something for me to say. I probably shouldn't. But the problem with the VTubing community is a graduation, I see a lot of people bring up that they're trying to basically, a lot of people say that they are dumbing down on somebody being terminated. And that's not what graduation is meant to mean. Graduation is exactly how it would be. It's moving on. Also, Crank Hog! So idols can be actresses, idols can be phenomenal singers, things like that. But in the end, it means moving on in your life. You are moving on. It's not supposed to be like dumbing down. It's not supposed to be like you sitting down and being like, oh, well, she's terminated, but we just want to make it seem easier. No, it means that you are going forward in your life. You have idols who realize, I really like acting. So I'm instead gonna put all my focus into acting, which is what happened with Kudo Haruka. Also, Lyle's VT, thank you very much for the 3-stream streak. Is that so if they're batshit crazy, most likely it would be put as termination. But you do have that. You have ones. A big one is Sayashi. Yashi. She was very well known in the early days of being one of the best singers, or one of the best dancers that Morning Musume had. And that's the thing, is she was. So she graduated because she figured, I want to continue studying dancing. I think this video is from 2008, and I don't know if I want to put a 2008 video. Let's put... Can we find, actually, the 9th generation? Also, fun fact, if you know anything about Baby Metal, she was one of the temporary members. There are also some idols who do go on, to porn and stuff like that. I'll admit that. There are some. So that's Sayashi. A fun fact about her is because her and Ayumi were such good dancers, that actually completely changed the trajectory of the entire group. And they made it more dance focus. Can I find 9th generation audition footage? This may start putting us in the risky category. Yeah, they had a few temporary members. I think they have a permanent one now. I'm not super focused in Baby Metal. Oh, that's an upscaled version. I don't know if I want to watch that one. I am going to also put in I don't know if I want to watch that. I don't want to put, that's me. I'm gonna put in YouTube chat my Twitch. If the stream goes down, it's still happening on Twitch, okay? It's not just dancing and porn. It's you could also have acting. You could also have singing. Or a big one is there was recently a Morning Musume graduation. Two of them fully left the entertainment industry. Here, this is Sayashi audition footage of her. This is... I should also point out, it's also very rare. It was very rare at this point that you would get idol groups with such heavy dance experience. Can somebody pull up the picture of Riho that I posted of her with the thing on her head? Why do idols in Japanese horror look the same? Because you haven't opened your mind. Baby Metal is an idol group. Here, I could give you guys... Again, this is treading us in very stream may go down category. This is Baby Metal. I don't know if you remember this group. I know they went viral, and I also know at one point, Norman Reedus posted about them. I don't know why. That's the thing that I know about them. They actually started as a subunit for another idol group. And even though that group is completely disbanded, they actually aren't. They continued on because they were able to. But also, so you could see dancing, especially in modern time, I would say, dancing and singing are very heavy categories for most people, I would say. But I'm still very heavy in the MC category. But that's where the big issue is, as I feel like idol-wise, we are moving away from this. Which I think that this is what makes an idol. Which puts me also to this, that, believe it or not, as you could probably guess, this one is dancing. If you didn't know. We didn't give any singing examples either, now that I just realized it. I apologize for that. So I think best singing example, once again, is going with Morning Musume. Is, I think, Oda. And if you guys have been around, a bit, you probably know Oda already. And there's a very specific reason why. Is she plays in Lilium. She's the very, very strong singer in Lilium. So this is actually how she started. This is so she Smiley G had an audition that was actually fully aired, like 100%. She was very well known though to being able to copy voices. I also kind of want to get May's audition. So that's actually her. But I also want to get we can't see the video! Ah! I failed you. I don't know why I screamed. I'm sorry. That wasn't very teacher of me. Here, let me replay it. Let me also turn that off. Sakura Oda. Very, very well known for these days about being very, very strong in the idol scene. So that's that was her first audition. This is from 2022. I wonder if we can find actually audition footage of her singing. It probably would have been this. Yes. What's the square for? No, it's the fundamentals of an idol. So that was 2012. 2012. Goodness. So then there's this from 2022. That kind of makes it. I kind of want to also show. I think Lilium is kind of when people started noticing it. Can I be an idol fan and a gangster? That's what I do. Sometimes idols are like those hot dog or sandwich charts, so you have to figure out your fundamental values. Exactly! I kind of want to find... I will also say, before you get attached, she is graduating next year. So I would, yes. I'd be very cautious. I'd be very, very cautious of, getting attached. And if that song is at her graduation, you will be hearing about that. Wait! Yes, exactly! Graduations aren't sad. Because if you support an idol, you should be also supporting what they want. Momochi, graduated and completely dropped off any entertainment, no vocal, or no Instagram, nothing like that. We should really rewatch Lilium again. I do still cry at graduations, but at the same time, it's still very happy. There is people here who haven't watched Lilium, and I think that's something we need to fix. So I'm going to, for these categories, I would also say, let me get this. Oh, we have 2 up. Oh, okay. I would actually also, if I may make an adjustment, I would say MC would also go with stage presence. So I would not, obviously, if you're performing, you're not always going to be able to be like on the spotlight. You're not always going to have an MC. I would put stage presence in the same category because, again, it's alluring in the fans. It's to have the fans be like, wow, this idol was really great. So, fun fact, Morning Musume's official channel. We're staying in Morning Musume because this is where I do have a lot of my knowledge. That's the reason why we're staying in Morning Musume and the Hello Project thing. Fun fact though, Morning Musume actually has up, I feel like, one of the best performances to me to kind of showcase this. So I don't have to illegally show it to you guys. I actually think, yeah, okay. I don't have to find a legal means of showing you guys this. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm gonna let you just kind of just watch. And I'm serious this time. I'll even mute my mic. I'll just have to remember to unmute it.
ねえ何にも持たざる私に何ができるのねえ何も失うものない今の君は誰よりも最強東の空登る太陽のように沈めと起き上がる不屈のプラニューモーニング誰かのことを傷に探すのより素敵なことを褒めてあげたい恨むな愛したまえ A brand new morning 新時代の幕開け A brand new morning 時を超えてゆくぞ A brand new morning 新世代の幕開け A brand new morning 過去を超えてゆくぞ当たり前の平和にありがとうも感じない未来の時始めてありがとうと気づいた表情する今なら続いてられるはず同時代の仲間よ助け合う時だ A brand new morning A brand new morning ねえいつかはあの頃みたいに笑い合えるのねえ信じて思い描いてる未来の方が今よりも最高東の空登り月のようにかけても導く不屈のバリューフライ大事なもの独り占めするより仲間たちと分かち合いたい不なる中で離れた前やった感じたの生まれた意味も愛したい愛したい愛したい誰かのことをワイナイワイナイワイナイ私の旅は始まったばかりのワインスマイゴーねえ何にも持たざる私に何ができるのねえ何にも失うものない今の君は誰よりも最強東の空登る太陽のように沈めと起き上がる私をプラニューモーニング争うことだけに悲しむより平和の歌を歌い上げたい恨む中で愛したまえ生まれから与えたまえ A brand new morning 新時代の幕開け A brand new morning 時を超えてゆくぞ A brand new morning 新世代の幕開け A brand new morning 過去を超えてゆくぞ
Alright, do you see? Ow! Immediately hit myself! Do you see what I mean though with it? Is that if you have all of those fundamentals together, if you have all those fundamentals together, it makes a good idol. It's a very interesting performance. It's good to watch. But that's also where, so you have to put all these four things. That's not three, Lapin. You have to put them together. And how do you make sure though that you don't look foolish with all of them? There's some idol moves that are stupid. There's some lyrics that are stupid. Sometimes you have to wear dumb outfits. Sometimes you have to try to perform best with it. So what makes it all? Confidence. You need to have the confidence for it. Yeah, for dancing. Yeah, let's take it. Let's face it. You need to be able to be kind of like some muscle to dance. You need like really good ab muscles, you know? You need like good ab muscles. For singing, you need to be able to have like the proper breathing. Appearance, you need to know how to take care of yourself. You need to know for stage presence and MC, you need to be able to actually be able to put yourself out there But in order to do it properly, you need to have the confidence for it. Also, I didn't hit my mic. I didn't, I actually ended up... I actually, hit myself on my tablet. Also, yes, I am using the tablet. So now you're probably thinking, well, Lapin, what, do you have, like, any example? There's one. So I watched, the Morning Musume concert when I went on my little journey. New Genesis Fantasy DX. I don't, mouthful. But there was a very specific performance that I actually want to pull up because some of the moves in it were so stupid, but you didn't really realize it until hang on. I want to find that specific performance. I also love how we also somehow keep bringing back Namidachi. It wasn't Love Machine. I think it was gotta have huge idol balls. It's actually true. I would say the best way to describe it is you need to have balls. Also, I apologize. Let me just get this up while we search, so that way you guys aren't just staring at a blank screen. I can also actually put in... I was like too far with it, actually. I was like way too far. I wish that this performance specifically had timestamps. I wish that it did, but unfortunately you're gonna just have to deal with it. There we go! Yes! 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 I'm also making you watch a certain part because I really like Aisadi here. Some of the moves for this specific performance are so stupid in the chorus. Also right here. I just need you guys to see that part too. Exactly! If you sit there and you don't have confidence doing it though, you aren't going to look cool. You're going to look stupid. This is so Y2K! You would look really stupid though if you don't have the confidence to do it. If you don't have the confidence to pull it off. That's Takahashi Ai. She for one point was actually the longest reigning leader until every other leader who now somehow has passed that each time. Also, hello, welcome in. Something I also want to point out is Seiyumi is very well known for not being a good singer. And I'm saying that out of love. I'm saying that out of the fact that I really like her. But taking all the other fundamentals, taking everything else that we have here, you can ignore that singing category. And I will show you. Do not worry. I will mute my mic for this section of the performance as well, so that way you can focus, okay? I am unmuting though, but do you see the charm? Do you see the charm in it? Do you get it? I almost forgot how to unmute my mic. So, but do you see what I mean? Is as long as you have the confidence with it, you can usually get around any other stages with an idol. Now, something I do also want to touch on. Also, did I say hello? Hello. Something I do want to touch on, and I do think it's something important to bring up, is controversy in the idol world. Now, this is something that somebody brought up in chat previously, is age. So for age, let's say a lot of times it's very, very common. It really is. It's more about embodying the role that you are given as an idol. It really is. When you put it like that, that's exactly what it is. It's pretty common. Idols start around 12, which is obscenely young. And honestly, sometimes when you get with it, training. So in Hello Project, they have the Kenkyusei. In AKB, they have their own. I believe it's Kenkyusei, which is why I was really stuttered with it. There have been, though, trained members who've trained. It's very similar to like an after-school activity when you're training. Sometimes in training, I want to say that there has been one that has started at 6. Now, obviously, that is a very heavy outlier. But I would say average is probably close to around 9 or 10. Now let me put out or. That's it's very common. Now, one controversy that some people have also is it used to be very common around 25 is when there would be rumors that agencies were forcing people to graduate because you're considered too old. That is considered too old to be an idol. And that also caused the, which I don't know if you guys, if you follow me on Twitter or anything, but there was the meme that I posted about the 25-year-old theory. That's kind of the meme of that, is that there's a theory, whether it is true or not, that at 25 you're forced to graduate. Now, it is a lot more common these days that idols... Are we talking about the hags and demands for them? We can! It's actually very common now for idols to be older. And when I'm saying older, I'm meaning usually in like 30s. It's very uncommon that you get like an idol in your 40s or 50s. Helco is a different level, okay? She is a heavy outlier. I would say 30 is definitely now closest, which is where the good thing with VTubers is you can hide your age. It's a lot common also as that VTubers tend to be older. And I believe especially on the Japanese side, it's because you have these two sections. This is the one thing I do think that I believe that there shouldn't be an age with idols. But in the end, that is how a lot of times that it goes. Again, I don't agree with it. Because now, as I'm aging, to me, to Lapinlore, this is a baby still. This is a baby. That is a baby to me. So that is one thing though that you're 50, right? Gosh, finally, one foot in the grave. But that is one thing though, is that I do like with VTubers, is because that age is hidden, you don't have to worry about people being like, well, aren't you too old for that? Aren't you this? Aren't you that? I don't believe that age should stop somebody from being an idol. I don't believe it should stop someone from doing what they like. There's too many people who are like, oh, you're in your 20s? Why do you like anime? Why does it matter? When you hit 20, are you supposed to just like only start focusing on taxes? Are we both hags? We can be. We could be hags together. That is why I also do agree that IRL should heavily be separated. I know I shouldn't say that because I don't really fully separate it. But in my defense, I'm still training. But I do think that that is something that VTubing gets right. Now, another controversy, your mic cut out. There you go. And this is now, we're going to probably start getting very heavy in the controversy part. And that is dating. And this is, like I said, this is very heavy in controversy. And that is that, so dating in the idol world, let's write it up here. Dating in the idol world is basically it is a death sentence. And one thing with it is very heavily, and this is once again the big controversy with it. And I'm not keeping things to sunshine and rainbows, because as much as I like idols, there are controversies. And I will also get into my opinions with it. Is when you are an idol, so let's put idol dating. Your fans, and this isn't just male fans either. Your fans should be your priority. That's usually how it is. Fans are the biggest priority. Now with dating, let's go over the controversies. Let's femcel for a bit. When you are dating, so obviously yes, dating is like a very, very heavy kept. It's a very big, like, oh, you feel so much love. You feel so much love. Also, I will get into that. But one thing you can also point out, and this is a big reason why agencies tend not to, it's not really just to sell the idea of the idol. It's because when you break up, say you do break up, well, now you're depressed. You don't want to work. It basically is, especially because a lot of times idols do start young, it becomes a very heavy case of the output of you. Why did I do that? When you break up at that age, is you feel the sad side effects. You feel the sadness. It adds layers, and it's just better. A lot of times agencies do find it better to just exclude it, because in the end, your fans should be your priority. Now, my thing is that you sign a contract when you're an idol, okay? You sign a contract. And in that contract, say you sign a contract with your job, you say that, and this is a very extreme example. You say like that, oh, I'm not gonna let work-life balance get in the way, things like that. Obviously, it is eventually. If you are dating as an idol, you do have to keep it very, very seriously. To be an idol, yes, is basically you are a product. You are in a similar way, VTubing. You are the product. You are the product of VTubing. If I were to release merch, I am the product. If I were to do a performance, I am the product. That is the product that people are there for. It is kind of grim. But that's the thing. That's also where people say, that is also where this comes in. Is that when you are young like that, it really does just come down to it. Now, obviously, I'm not saying whether something is 100% right, but in the end, that is the nature of the career. Any streamer or person who makes any entertainment content, I am the merchandise here. I am here. I'm not selling myself like that, but child labor law. So in Japan, and I can't speak for any other like K-pop. I can't speak with that. I'm not knowledgeable there. In Japan, you actually can't. You actually can't work a certain amount of time. You can't work past certain amount of times. There's Morning Musume or Hello Project in general does New Year's countdowns. And it's actually, they have one show and then the second show. And the second show is anybody who can actually work past, I think it's like 10 p.m. So yeah, there was actually one point where there was literally only 2 members of a 6-member group, I think it was. Now there was the Mi-chan controversy. Is she was caught dating, and the agency was basically like, well, we're gonna suspend you then. the shaving thing, and it's been since she's been off of AKB, since she has been out, the shaving thing was not the agency. That's actually been stayed by her. That was her own doing, and every member's like, hey, that makes sense. All the members are. So there's a thing, you see a lot of K-pop fans actually bring it up, where an AKB member had shaved her head and did an apology. That was not the agency. You get a lot of misinformation. People like, oh, idols were bad. See, this is what happened. A lot of members, because if it really got to that point, they demoted her. That's how it went. She was demoted back to being a training member. If it was really that, if it was like as serious with it, she would have just been kicked. It's AKB. Do you know how many members are in AKB? But there is that. And then on top of that, like I said, there is the entire idea of it. Let's go back here. No. Where is here? It is the entire thing that idols are in the end. She shaved, it was a head shaving. There is though, if you look, you have to be very careful though and not get like any of the thing that's like, this is, it surely shows how bad it is without like any outside source information. There is also the big controversy that in the end, idols are a product. And that is, I think something that people also need to know with this is in the end, it gets heavily put with idols because they're in so many different categories. But Hollywood singers, they are also products. Actors, also products. A random singer in Indonesia, also a product. And that's the thing, is that your image is basically the product. And it's like that. If you are in any sort of entertainment, your image is that product. And as much, I think no matter where you go in entertainment, if you as a chat member, it's like this. Your art, that's a product. Your singing, that's a product. But no matter what, and this is something you get a lot more in recent years, you have a Twitter account. Well, people now associate your Twitter account with the product. You made a bad tweet in 2011 on your Twitter account, and people now associate that with your image. Yeah, and there is alt idols. There is Bish, Brand New Idol Society, or Brand New Idol shit. This is the society. You have them. They are very anti-idol. Like, their entire thing is the fact that they're not cutesy. Their entire thing is the fact that they can like kick down. No matter what no matter what, I'm trying to think of how to word it. I probably should have made cliff notes for myself. Again, we'll remember that for next month's Idol Study Club. When you, especially in modern time, no matter what, your brand is part of your image, which is part of your product. And that's, back then, I feel like it was a lot more controversy because, yeah, not every idol has a Twitter, not every idol has a blog. Why are you stalking them? That shit's weird. Stop that. But now you do have Twitters, now you do have blog accounts. And no matter what, that goes in effect with your image. There was, and this is a very, 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 very extreme example. So there was an idol who came out that a staff member had sexually assaulted her. And obviously, absolutely horrible thing. Well, then another idol on Twitter tried making a remark that she was lying about it. Well, now everybody thinks, when they think of that group, they think of that idol and her saying that. So you do have to, in the end, be very careful, because in the end, your way that you are presenting yourself is your product. And like I said, that's unfortunately how it is, which really sucks, because there's some people who are like phenomenal artists. And but because of things that they, like I said, probably said in like 2011, a lot of times you have people who are like, I don't want to support that, even though they apologize for it. And we're like, hey, I changed. And obviously, if you do change, you need to make sure that you're actually showing that you are. But it is kind of scary with how many people... This is a very controversial stream, isn't it? Talking about things like this, talking about pick-me's? Goodness! What is happening in LAPONKOTSU? But yes, it is very important. And here's actually, and I know this is kind of where people are going to be like, all right, Lap, and now you're just bullshitting us. So I originally studied interpersonal communication, okay? And so what interpersonal communication is, this is actually something, I really like studying this kind of stuff. Interpersonal communication is basically exactly what you think it is. It's like talking with you guys, me talking with the random neighbor across the street. Interpersonal communication is just the communication around you. And the big thing is with it, is where you go with that, is you can also search PR stuff. And this is where I'm probably like, all right, Lap, where you guys are probably gonna be like, Lap, and you're just shitting with us. But so when you do PR stuff, there's an issue I have sometimes, again, with VTubing stuff, is a lot of people are PR disasters. And the reason why I am saying this, I do have a reasoning why I'm saying this, is because I know the PR stuff. I'm just not big enough to care. I don't think I've gotten anything controversial enough that I need to care about my PR stuff. But there are some VTubing things where you need to... You say something wrong on stream. Well, now how do you fix it? And there's so many situations where somebody could just make a slight little remark. Like, hey! A big example. And this is, again, very controversial example! Very controversial example. There's been some issues in the VTubing community, okay? And with those issues, you have the problem of people saying something and not saying it correctly, and then double downing on not saying it correctly. And that's where the issues happen. If you don't say, you do need to be sure when you are saying anything controversial, you need to learn when to shut up. And this isn't just VTubing either. This is an issue I think a lot of people... Oh, there goes Hachimare. This is an issue a lot of people have. An example, again, as slight of an example as possible. Somebody wins in a contest, and the people do not believe this person should win. And instead of just the other participants just saying a congrats and then leaving it there. Because unfortunately, that's your brand. Because you have to be careful. Who's gonna... whether I truly think with something, whether I believe with something, is a completely different thing. But from my thing with it is eventually you have to learn when to just not. That's the best way. That's the best way to say it, is sometimes, especially if you are on the larger end, you have to just learn when not to engage with people. I think that's where the best thing to say with it is that sometimes you just need to stop. And there is also the big issue. It's really also Craig Hall. Ow! Hello. If you got nothing good to say, exactly. If you don't have anything good to say, if you don't know if you actually want to get in this fight, then don't go into it. And I'm saying this again because it's more of a heavy case of you need to... Nobody cares. People who don't like idols aren't in this stream right now. Not everybody cares with the things that I like. I don't care with the things that people like. I freaking hate most shonen. I don't like 99% of shonen stuff. I'm not going to go to somebody's stream and be like, I hate shonen, why are you watching that? I don't care that you like something that doesn't have anything to do with me. You enjoy it. My opinion doesn't matter because I don't like it anyways. Enjoy the things that you like and don't worry about it. I like Lapin, is that enough? I mean, I guess, but at the same time, I feel like you should have a bit more to your personality. I'm just Lapin. I mostly don't care. Am I sleeping on the job, not making that known every stream that celebrates? I don't go to every stream and tell people. Yeah, exactly. The controversial Lapin opinion is ignore the things that you don't like and focus on the things that you actually like. This is probably one of the few times that I actually will talk with, I guess you could say, drama stuff. But like I said, if you don't like idols, why are you gonna come here? If you don't like them, and obviously, like, if you absolutely despise them, you don't like me, especially if you don't like me, why are you here? Do you get the words that I'm putting down? If I don't like I said, the only example I can truly think is shonen, because I just don't like shonen very much. But I'm not going to go. Like, if if people start talking about shonen, I'm not going to just break in and be like, I hate that. And I do get it, because idol stuff is it is controversial. Let's just put it like that. It's a very controversial thing to like. I'm not gonna be mad if someone doesn't like it. Obviously, if they're trashing on it, I'm like, hey, can you cool it? Sometimes, haters are sometimes avid fans. And that's where it's sad, because then you're just surrounding your entire self with the sadness. Don't show up at a Jets game talking trash as a Steelers fan while at a Green Bay game. Exactly! Perfect way to put it! Why are you going to a Jets game trash talking Why you are a Steelers fan. Or why are you... You guys can read the comment. But that's how I see it. Another thing is... My mom really likes K-pop. Specifically, she likes the male K-pop groups. Because she sees them, she's like, wow, she's like, I really like them because it's like supporting my son. She has a very similar mindset as me with it. But that's the thing, a male K-pop fan, I'm not gonna sit there and go up to my own mother and be like, I don't like male idols. Exactly, don't force personal taste and everything on someone else. I like cute VTubers. Not everybody wants that. Never everybody. I'm going to say it. Obviously, with my taste, not everyone, like I said, is going to like booty call idols. Not everybody, believe it or not, is going to like idols like Fuamoko. As strongly as I feel about them, that's not somebody's taste. Why am I going to force that taste on them? I think this is amazing. I understand there's Subway Surfers. Why? And I'm actually slowly starting to realize. So Morning Musume released a new single. And my favorite song on it, I'm like, yeah, this is obviously the best one. The one that's charting is the one that I don't like. And so, obviously, I'm going to be like, well, why is this one doing so bad? This one's phenomenal. That's the thing, though, is it's my taste. It's what I like. I don't like horror games. I'm not going to sit there and go up to, like, Grimmy and be like, why are you a horror VTuber? Why are you doing that? I'm actually finishing up, to be honest. If they have a tail plus 10 in my opinion, but I don't force that on everyone, even though I'm right, okay. I'm lapping and I'm yapping. You can't call... No! Horror! Horror! But I'm not going to do that. Now, like, okay, maybe let's not start a war, but that's it. I like Grimmy. I'm not into scary things, though. Does that mean that I don't like Grimmy? It's a very black and white thinking. I like her. I'm not into scary things. She's sweet. I don't like scary things, though. So I'm not going to watch somebody doing, like, a scary stream. You get it? I do. I really like Grimmy, actually. She's a very sweet person. She's very great. And she's the one example that I could think of with that because I have such a dislike of scary things. And she was the only scary liking VTuber I could think of at the moment. Ow! I know another controversy you can add. What? Sorry, I went this way too soon? Okay, that's fine. Bye-bye. What other controversy? Her hot sauce wanted to kill you being She is, though. I really do. She was just the only one that I could think of in that kind of example. I do like her. But that's a similar thing, though. I'm not going to go, if I don't like sex content, I'm not going to go up to a lewd VTuber. I'm not going to go to a VTuber and be like, why sex? Why does it matter to me? All right, we're getting very heated in this stream. I think this is where we'll call it. I think this is where we will call it. What if they explain why sex and you learn a thing? I mean, I guess bust that woodwork, what? Boobs don't offend me, by the way. I should really say that as well. Boobs don't offend me. I don't care. If you have big boobs, congrats to you. Yeah, exactly. What? If it's not lewd tubers aren't pointed at me. So I'm just not gonna focus with it. It's, yeah. Getting hit on is just like saying don't harass people! Unfortunately, that is, I feel like, yeah, that was. I feel good though. I feel like I got all that out of my system. Alright, but that concludes this month's Idol Talk. I feel like it was a good starting point for anybody who wanted to learn with idols and things like that. We will next month probably go with 80s and 90s idols and start doing actual proper research on it, because I do feel like it's important to get down the fundamentals of it. So next month I will start doing research, and yeah, we'll enjoy it. We will have good. You can't see me thumbs upping. Switch it to unfortunately for you, you know what that means. But yeah, we will be. Are we gonna have an end of year paper? I mean, if you guys want, we can do a test. Sheepin. But yes, we will focus on 80s and 90s idols next month. We can do research, and it'll be good. It'll be good. If you are new, by the way, I don't normally get like this. This is a rare chance. Also, yeah, I'm going. Why did I add? Oh gosh, laughing. Also, yeah. Can we have a talk about correction? I think that I'm just correct lapping. If you are new, by the way, here's my Discord and my Twitter. I at every time I go live here. We are doing Infinite Fusion tomorrow, Pokemon Infinite Fusion. We're still on our quest of getting like 7 Totodiles. I've learned that it's not over yet. It's not over. And also, if I may point out, on my throne, I do have a dono goal. Why is my throne thing not working on there? Well, there's that. On there, because I do have to get our dentist stuff done. If you would like to help with it, that is on there now. Okay? You got it! You got it! We will be doing a small event for that as well. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in. I'm sorry for getting so heated. I don't know why that's never happened on the Lapin stream, I feel like. I'm a little embarrassed. I got dental work done in Mexico. That's, I feel like, would be more money for me. But yes, I will see you. I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah. Yeah, I will see you guys. My face is bright red. I'm kind of embarrassed. I try not to get angry, okay? I don't like anger. I feel like it makes you feel bad afterwards. You feel gross afterwards. You sometimes say things you regret. I don't regret what I said, but I do feel like you start being like, oh man, what if I hurt someone with that? So I do worry with it. I try not to get angry. So I guess so sometimes we do just need to get it out of our system, you know? Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow!